No one should ever have to see the lifeless, blood-soaked body of a beautiful 6-year-old girl. That image will continue to be on the backs of my eyelids for the rest of my life. Many people have experienced survivor's guilt, not able to wrap their heads around the randomness of this tragedy. The illness I was dealing with had me handling the situation in a twisted way. I didn't feel guilty that I had lived. I was jealous of those that died. It took me some time to turn this feeling into something positive. I would be happy to trade my life for theirs, but that is unfortunately not possible. These 12 lives were taken too soon. If I would be willing to die for them, would I be willing to live for them? This way of thinking helped me press on each day. When I found it hard to carry on, I would think about how badly each of them would want the chances for one more day. So I would push forward and try to make the most of the life that I still have. I have been blessed to be able to find a way to grow through this trauma. With the help of therapy, medication, and an amazing support system of family, friends, and pets, I have made great improvement and am now a happy, healthy woman. But it took a long time and a lot of work to get to this place. For many months after the shooting, I was afraid to fall asleep because I wasn't sure I would wake up, and when I did, I awoke from such vivid nightmares that I didn't know where I was or what was real. I know what it is like to have your mind filled with terrible, unwanted thoughts. I know what it is like to see and hear things that aren't really there. I know what it is like to feel so much worse inside than you are letting on because you don't want your parents or your friends to worry about you. I know how it feels to want to seek help but fear being labeled as crazy. I know we can never truly understand how someone else's mind works, and each person's experience is relative to their own life. I can empathize with what the defendant seems to have been going through at that time, but I know that hurting people was not the answer. This trial has had a huge and unexpected impact on my life and my recovery. I attended all of pre-trial and many of the early hearings because I was not employed while I was working on my mental and emotional health. I was finally able to work by mid-2013. Once these proceedings started in April 2015, I knew I would want to attend the opening statements, but what I heard that day surprised me. That is when I learned that the defendant had been going through much of the same things that I had in 2012. Hearing this made me realize that I needed to be here and learn more of the story. I then decided to take a leave of absence from work and attend as much of the trial as I could. Being present for the trial was important to me in a couple of different ways. When I learned of my similarities to the defendant, I needed to see how he could justify doing something so horrific. Once we were able to see the videos of his evaluation by Dr. Reed, I began to see how different I was from him. He didn't care about the people that he killed or the pain of the survivors and families. The only life that he valued was his own, and even he knew that it was a small value, but he sought the wrong means to increase it. We may share an illness and some similarities in our history, but I am nothing like him. I care greatly about people and like to spread happiness to all of those around me. Many people in this room and throughout this courthouse know that I'm always quick to share my smile, and I treasure the opportunity to make a new friend. There are many other good people that suffer from mental illness, and just because our minds aren't always our own and can carry darkness doesn't mean that we are bad people. Attending trial was also important for me to hear all of the facts firsthand. I have seen how distorted information can get when your cousin gives you his opinion on the story he overheard his barber talking about reading on the internet. I wanted to be able to form my own opinions from seeing the evidence right here. We will never have all of the answers we desire, but it is nice to have all of the facts. Hearing the details of this case was not easy on anyone in this courtroom. I have been lucky as a victim to have wonderful support along the way. We have been provided amazing victims advocates and a great team of people that are here for us in whatever we need. But the biggest blessing has been the community we have created as victims. We support each other through the toughest days and try to brighten the mood when it's needed. None of us should be here, but we are a family now.